Hi guys, welcome back to Moose Adventures, and today we're here with Aaron, our production director, and he's going to teach us all about the anatomy of a roof.
Alright, so we're going to start with the OSB, or the decking for the roof. So this is the most important part from a structural perspective for a roof. You need to make sure that the decking on that roof is solid so that it provides nailable surface and good adherence to the roof for the shingles and underlayment and the rest of the roofing system. So starting with a solid foundation is extremely important. Sometimes the decking on a roof that we're replacing can be rotten or delaminated. Sometimes it was built and it's not thick enough for our code requirements. So ensuring that we're meeting all those parameters and that we're installing our roofing products on a solid surface is extremely important. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is underlayment. We have a couple different types here. The first is ice and water shield. So this is a self-adhering underlayment, so it sticks down to that decking. We install it on eaves to prevent ice damming in the winter, as well as in valleys and around any areas that have high probability of leaking, so around skylights, chimneys, or sidewalls. We also utilize synthetic underlayment for all of our roofing systems. These products ensure that that roof stays watertight before shingles are installed, and also just assist in the ventilation and breathability of the entire system. So next we're going to talk about drip edge. So this is the product that goes around the perimeter of the roof. It's a flashing that prevents any water from getting into your soffit or fascia. A couple different styles here. This is D style or style D. This will go up any rakes that you have on your house. The other style is gutter apron, a little bit different profile to make sure that your gutter can tuck up underneath that flashing. This also comes in all of the colors that the roofing accessories comes in, so you can either match the color to your fascia or your roof to make everything watertight and pretty. Alright, next we're going to talk about shingles. So here is an example of what we generally install on a roof. So this is an ICO product. So shingles come in a lot of different types and styles that you can pick from for different looks or for additional protection from hail. This is actually a class 4 impact resistant shingle, so has some additional protection from any hailstorms that come through. So this is going to be what is laid on the roof. It's going to this bottom portion is the finished product, so that's the part that you're going to see. But this also works with ridge cap and all the other parts of the system to make sure that water is shedding off the roof. Another really important component to the roofing system is flashing. So this is an example of step flashing. So we utilize this on sidewalls, so where the roof butts up into the siding on a wall. This gets interwoven between the shingles, which ensures that water flows down that wall to roof transition appropriately without getting into the house. There's also head wall flashings and different styles of flashing depending on the application. But flashing and making sure that it's tied up against the roof and installed properly is extremely important to make sure that you don't have any leaks. So an extremely part of a roofing system that isn't always addressed is ventilation. So with a roofing system, you need both intake and exhaust ventilation. This greatly improves the longevity of the roofing system. It also really assists with the efficiency of the home and the attic space as well. We have a couple different options for intake ventilation. We do have, at times we can install 8x16 vents up under the soffit, which allow intake. We then need to baffle that to make sure we don't have insulation that's covering that hole. Another really good option for intake is a product called Deck Air. So this actually gets installed on the roof. And then you shingle over that. So this ensures that we get airflow up from the eaves to the exhaust ventilation. As far as exhaust goes, there's a lot of different options for exhaust, and the right one to use is really dependent on the construction of the roof. Here we have a ridge vent. A lot of customers like this because it looks really nice. There are some roofs that don't have a lot of ridges, but mainly hips, and so in that situation, a lot of times we'll have to install an active exhaust ventilation system. So turbine vents are a really good one for that. We also have turtle vents here, which is another option. So a lot of different options for intake and exhaust ventilation, which is extremely important on a roof. All right, so next we're going to talk about ridge cap. So once all of the shingles are installed, the ridge cap goes on the hips or the ridges of a roof, just to finish that system off and make sure everything is sealed and watertight. So another important part of the roof is the gutters. So the gutter system ensures that all the drainage and all the water coming off the roof is directed in a way that isn't going to damage the home or foundation. So the gutters that we generally install are going to be made out of aluminum, and they're fabricated on site so that they're seamless. We have some stock of some gutter accessories that are extremely common on a gutter job. Downspouts are the portion of the gutter that runs from the eave to the ground to divert that water. There's a lot of different styles of elbows and other accessories just to make sure that it is custom fit to the house and functioning properly.